Alrighty, hi Soul Family, welcome back to my channel. This week's pick a card reading is going to be on how do you act when you're in your Luteal phase. So this is a fun topic that I thought about and I thought I'd bring it to my subscribers. If you guys like it, let me know. I figured it'd be a fun read. If you guys need more time to meditate on each image, the timestamps will be down below. I love you guys and I'll see you in whatever palette you choose. Alrighty, hi pile number one, welcome to your reading. So let's tap in to see how do you act in your Luteal phase. So you chose this lovely image right here. I'm going to be channeling from the iPad, so if you see me looking over, just know that's what I'm doing. So I made some cards of symptoms that you may feel. So let's tap in and see what symptoms you may be feeling in your cycle. What symptoms are my pile number ones feeling? What symptoms are my pile number ones feeling? A lot of Cancer, Sun and Moons might pick this pile. Okay, or Venus, Cancer Venuses. So if you have Cancer in any of those placements, take what resonates. Let's see. How does my pile number ones act? How does my pile number ones act? Symptoms, spirit, symptoms. My pile number ones. Symptoms. So we have, okay, I can't really say this on here, but y'all see the tenderness of, you know, can't really say that on here. So we have cramping or body aches. Can it show up? There we go. Cramping or body aches, okay. Anything else? Anything else? We have feeling depressed or irritable. Okay. Now let's get some cards. Alright. Oh, this is upside down. Hold on. How does my pile number ones act on their Luteal phase, spirit? How do they act? Alright, let's see. How do my pile number ones act? We have a level up. Okay. Let's grab one more. Oh. Family drama. Okay. Alright. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, Cancers. If you're watching this during your birthday season, maybe some of you guys were crying on your birthday during your Luteal phase. Maybe somebody in your family made you cry. That's coming through. So I'm sending you lots of love. Make sure you're protecting your energy no matter what cycle you're in. Let's get some more of, like, I'm gonna get some tarot. Let's get some tarot. Oopsie. How does my pile number ones act in their Luteal phase, spirit? Some of you guys could literally go up a bra size during that phase too as well. That's coming through. So take what resonates. Let's see. How does my pile number ones act in their Luteal phase? Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Six of Cups. I want to get one more card. How does my pile number ones act in their Luteal phase? How does my pile number ones act in their Luteal phase, spirit? How does my pile number ones act? So we have the Knight of Swords as well. Alright, so let's just tap in with these cards first and see. So, off the bat, pile number one, I feel like in your Luteal phase, you could be trying to solve a lot of things. Okay, and I feel like that's why you could feel a little like overwhelmed. Like pile number one, I feel like you are the generational curse breaker in your family, and I think when you are going through this specific cycle, that you can feel a little bit more pressure on your shoulders, and that could be what's making you very like emotional. So a lot of you guys cry during this cycle, and I feel like it happens to like align with when you are doing your shadow work for some reason. Like maybe it's like you're running from something, and then when you're in your little phase, it's kind of like everything is heightened. It's just like the way that my family acts, the way that people treat me. Like I feel like pile number one, you could just be like realizing that when you overgive, you don't have any energy to pour back into yourself, and a lot of the things that you're trying to water gets neglected. Okay, so a lot of you guys could also feel very sensitive about where you are financially when you're on your cycle, sorry, the week before your cycle, but that's coming through. But I feel like you guys be trying to level up when you're in your luteal phase. Your energy levels literally drop. Okay, so you could be very hard on yourself trying to like manifest something, get out of a toxic family. Maybe your family dynamic is very toxic and you're trying to hurry up and get out of it. So it's like during that phase you're probably like, oh my god, like I need to hurry up and make this money. And then maybe it's like because you're super sensitive to the energy around you, you're probably just like looking at your bank account like it's not where I want it to be. You're thinking about all the past mistakes you made, all the bad decisions you made, and it just makes you very emotional. Okay, so this is how you could be in your luteal phase, and this could be a cycle that you go in and out of. Okay, like maybe when that cycle is over, you could feel like I'm capable again, I'm ready to make the next step. But I feel like during this luteal phase, pile number one, try giving yourself a break. You know what I mean? Allowing yourself a moment of pause and stillness, and maybe for you also alone time might be very good for you. That's coming through. I want to get some more cards. Get some more cards, sweetie. I keep hearing that happy birthday in my head song, so some of you guys could be celebrating your birthday. We have it's a yes from the universe. Okay, so whatever it is that you're trying to rush to complete or manifest, just know that it's already yours. You don't have to rush the timeline. Pile number one, you know, like something that's probably not good for you while you're in this cycle is watching other people who are already where you want to be. You know what I mean? Because comparison, you could struggle with comparison when you're in your luteal phase a lot. But at the end of the day, pile number one, you're going to be very successful. It's just a matter of time, and you can't rush the process. But I feel like during your luteal phase, you tend to want to like hurry up and level up, you know, like get to the next step. You know what I'm saying? But your body's literally calling you to slow down. And I feel like because you're not where you want to be, you can tend to be very emotional about not doing enough, not feeling like enough. Like you could feel like, you know, why not me? You know what I mean? Those are the thoughts that you may struggle with. We have not much longer now. Things are about to shift quickly. Okay, so allow yourself to choose the timeline that is meant for you and not someone else's timeline. You know what I mean? So maybe taking a break from like social media when you're in your luteal phase, and just maybe watching comfort shows, the things that you enjoy, like creating a list of things that I enjoy to do during that cycle, versus like trying to keep the same energy when your body's literally not even on the same frequency as you. You know what I mean? Your throat chakra is healed and open. Speak your truth unapologetically. So pile number one, I feel like you could be extra sensitive when you're in your luteal phase, so maybe sometimes the words that you speak may not come out as gentle, but it is very healing. You know what I mean? Like you guys speak the truth when it comes down to your family. So I feel like, and you're unapologetically you, but it could kind of hurt you to be like, you know, like why can't they see that this is how they're acting, or why can't they see me? Like, you know, maybe those are just the thoughts you're struggling with right now. Let's grab some of these. You have stopped dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. Interesting. And we have rest. Get off the hamster wheel. I feel like that definitely sums up what I was talking about when it comes to your reading, pile number one. In your luteal phase, it's not a time to keep pushing your body harder. You'd probably be surprised how much more you can get done if you choose to just take some rest and actually listen to what your body's calling you to do. So you can have your grind schedule, but like in your luteal phase, give yourself some grace. You know what I mean? Also, you know what I mean? I feel like you guys could be thinking about a lot of past situations where you dimmed yourself or watered yourself down to make other people happy, and those people aren't even in your life anymore. You couldn't even bring it with you, because I'm looking on the level up card. You couldn't bring them with you, and I'm looking at the level up card, and it says not everyone can come. And maybe in your little face you can like reminisce on the past connections that you had, and why it didn't work out, and how you really had to like let go of parts of yourself in order to keep those people, and it was just exhausting. So you guys could think a lot about the past when you're in your little phase. We have Pluto, rebirth, transformation, spirituality, evolution, and extremes. So, you know, I feel like pile number one, not to be funny, like I feel like you you level up faster than you think you do. And the reason why you've outgrown so many people so quickly, so early in your life, is because you're meant to be the generational curse breaker. Like in your family, like you're not meant to repeat the same cycles as everybody around you. You're constantly evolving. You're constantly going through a rebirth process, transforming yourself. Why am I struggling? You're transforming yourself. But not just that. It's like you can't I feel like you're not really seeing how much you've transformed from you first started doing your spiritual journey. Okay, and Spirit's saying to go back and look at your old journal entries when you're in your little phase, to really just look at how much you've transformed, like your first entry versus your recent entry. You know what I mean? Compare those two instead of comparing yourself to other people's highlight reels. You know, but you're constantly changing, you're constantly evolving. Some of you guys could also have Scorpio placements as well. You have subconscious reprogram. Pile number one, I get the energy that you work very hard on your energy. You're an energy worker. Like you don't play about yourself, and you don't like to be stuck in certain cycles. And I think because you have this fear of being stuck in certain cycles that you see the people around you stuck in, that's what keeps you going. That's what allows you to keep leveling up, and just you keep going up, you keep leveling up. And I feel like Spirit's saying that you don't have to worry about being behind, because you're exactly where you're meant to be. Okay, I think that's the best way to sum up your reading. You are exactly where you're meant to be, and don't worry about it, baby. Like, you will get to your destination. You will climb the top of the mountain in due time. Okay, but yeah, do you want to pull any more cards for you? I think those are my messages for you, pile number one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this did resonate, comment a moon emoji to let me know that you resonated with this message and you enjoyed the reading, okay? I love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hype this video if it resonated with you. Early access is now available for YouTube members. If you feel called to that, check out the perks. We also have a Patreon. Check out that if you feel called to it. I love you, and I'll see you in your next reading. All right, collective. So I wrote down some recommendations for if you struggle with heavy symptoms when you're in your luteal phase. This is just what I've personally used. I'm not a doctor, so, you know, do your own research and check it out if you feel called. So liquid iron from Mary Roots, super helpful if you have a heavy flow, you feel super tired. Check that out. You know what I mean? If your hair be thinning, all those symptoms on your period, check that out. I got a multivitamin from Nature's Bounty. That brand is the one I get. A woman's multivitamin. I think every woman should be taking that. Okay. And then magnesium glycinate. Please, I don't be knowing how to pronounce this, but from the Pure brand, it's called Pure Encapsulation. Beautiful for if you struggle with sleep, if you're not getting enough sleep. And obviously I'm not a doctor, so those 3 supplements definitely helped my cycle and my symptoms. So if you feel called, check them out. But like, I'm gonna put them on the screen. Yeah, so check those out if you feel called. You know, I love you guys, and I hope you're taking care of you, pouring back into you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alrighty, hi pile number one. So welcome to your reading for how do you act when you're in your luteal phase. So before I started your reading, I started yawning, and I feel like a lot of you guys are my eat your feelings. Just get really super tired. You could sleep a lot when you're in your luteal phase. Like, I feel like the week before your period, you could feel like a bear, like on the hunt, you know, just like looking for a good meal. You know what I mean? Everything just tastes so good, and you give in to your cravings. Okay. So let's see, how do you act? How does my pile number twos act in their luteal phase, Spirit? How does my pile number twos act? So we have heavy flow. How does my pile number twos act? We have skin irritations. skin irritation. How does my pile number 2's act, Spirit? How does my pile number 2's act? Okay. We have sleeping too much. Okay, that's a confirmation. How's my pile number 2's act? Whoa. We have headaches. Some of you guys could suffer from headaches. Anything else? Let's see. Anything else? Okay, that's it. So we have heavy flow, skin irritations, sleeping too much, and headaches. Okay, so let's see. See what's that? I feel called to look at the bottom of the deck. So you're feeling too tired at the bottom of the deck. Feeling tired. Okay, so that's double confirmation that this is my pals that like feels very tired when they're in the luteal phase. So at the top of my deck, I noticed that when was the last time you cried is up there. So I'm gonna put that down because I feel like that's significant. Remember, crying is not a weakness. It takes strength. It is also a form of release. So pile number 2, maybe your body be calling you to cry, and maybe you're an emotional eater. Okay, so that's coming through. I just want to point out that these videos are not judgmental. These are just, thought this would just be a fun read for the girls, to be honest. So, let me know if y'all like it. Let's see. How does my pile number 2's act in their luteal phase, Spirit? How do they act? Okay. How does my pile number 2's act in their luteal phase, Spirit? How does my pile number 2's act in their luteal phase? How does my pile number 2's act in their luteal phase? Okay. Okay, I think that part wants to come in. Woo! Okay, all those cards fell out. I'm just laughing because I heard something with those cards, and I feel like pile number 2, you are my pile that knows exactly what you should be doing. And I feel like you're the kind of person to be like, you know, do I want to solve like world hunger right now, or do I want to just go get something to eat? Like, and this is just an example, of course, because obviously, you know what I mean, but like it's like you look at your problems like, what can I do right now, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's from a bigger perspective of like, I can't let this get to me right now, so what is gonna make me happy? And so let me show you the cards actually. So we have the 3 of Cups, we have the Hanged Man, we have the High Priestess, we have the Ace of Coins, and we have Temperance. So I feel like in your luteal phase, pile number 2, you kind of just like, you take it easy. You really just take it easy. I feel like you don't really try to like do too much, you know what I mean? And I feel like this is also because you have a low energy with a heavy flow and sleeping a lot. Maybe you're really just like trying to do as little as possible and just make sure that you're comfortable. So you could be pouring back into yourself. You could be spending a lot of time with friends in your luteal phase. So you go out to eat with your friends. You know what I mean? You don't really, I feel like I'm also from the Ace of Coins. What I'm getting is that passive income. So a lot of you guys could rely on your passive income streams, or maybe you're creating passive income streams when you're in your luteal phase, just to kind of like have income coming in when you're not feeling up for it. You know what I mean? Because you know, sometimes your body goes through these cycles and you're not going to always want to grind. So you're trying to set up passive income streams so that you can be set for life. Okay, so in your luteal phase, you take things easy, you spend time in good company, you try to see things from a different perspective, the things that you need to release. You take moments to kind of just sit with it. You don't really make rash decisions when you're in your luteal phase, pile number 2. I feel like you really rely on your intuition and you slow down. You don't try to like hurry up and make a decision. Okay, let's see, let's get some more cards. Where do I want to pull from? I'm gonna pull from So we have set healthy boundaries and fake friends on top. So pile number 2, maybe in your luteal phase is when you find yourself more likely to set healthy boundaries with the people that don't really mean you well. Okay, anybody, when you sense any fake energy, maybe your intuition is just very heightened when you're in your luteal phase, pile number 2. And so if you get an energy that someone's not really being like honest with you, or you know, true to themselves, then you will set boundaries with them, because you protect your own energy. And especially when you're in this cycle, you're not really You don't allow other people to drain your energy. Okay, that's what's coming through. So this is friendship. This could be the area of friendship for you. So you have all the money I spend comes back to me multiplied. So pile number 2, when you're in your Luteal phase, you could look at things as like, when I'm buying something, how is this going to pour back into me? How is this going to make me feel good? And you don't worry about the finances, because even though you're in the beginning stages of building your wealth, you know that like spending money on things that make you happy makes it come back to you. Okay. Because money loves to be having fun. Money loves to be around good vibrations, good energy. So you're not stingy in your Luteal phase. So you could spend a lot of money on food, spend a lot of money on things that just makes you happy, things that pour back into you, you know. So we have Libra. Some of you guys could have Libra placements. Okay, maybe food is your comfort, you know what I mean? So, or maybe you spend a lot of money on like things that make you feel beautiful, you know what I mean? Like this could be like a specific scent, this could be like a candle, this could be like new clothes, you know. Some of you guys could have been just coming back from going shopping or something like that. We have Neptune and Pisces. We have occultism, idealism, creativity, illusions, psychic energy. So your psychic energy is very heightened when you're in your Luteal phase, pile number 2. So you could write down a lot of ideas that will bring you wealth. You know, passive income, like we said before, is what I'm getting. But like even creative ideas that you're getting, you're writing them down because you're feeling very tapped into your intuition when you're in your Luteal phase. Okay, so we have God, show me how good it gets. So what I'm getting from this energy, pile number 2, is that in your Luteal phase, the reason why you're not really stressing, because you know that you're a co-creator with the divine. You don't really worry about how things are gonna like work out. You know that God got you, and at the end of the day, it's gonna get even better than it is right now. So we have put down your to-do list and do something fun today. So that's how you act in your Luteal phase, pile number 2. You know what I mean? Like you're not really for your to-do list. You could actually physically throw your like you could throw your to-do. Let me breathe. You could throw your to-do list out the window, or you could like put it in a drawer where you can't see it. You kind of like, you remove things from your peripheral that like could cause you to want to work hard or do too much. You really just sit down and like take care of yourself, do the things that make you happy. I feel like in your Luteal phase, you really pour back into yourself, pile number 2. Okay. Let's see. We have Scorpio. Some of you guys could have Scorpio placements. And we have Black Cat energy. Okay. And what I'm noticing from Black Cat is protection. So a lot of you guys really protect your energy when you're in your Luteal phase. Maybe you like, you know, you don't really go around anything that doesn't feel good during that cycle. We have heart chakra healed. You are open to divine love, self-compassion, and unconditional love. Beautiful. So pile number 2, you could listen to a lot of heart chakra frequencies when you're in your Luteal phase, just to connect to your heart center. And maybe this is also what's making you so tapped in with your intuition as well. Let's see. Do I want to get some more cards for you? Let's get the gateway deck and see what messages Spirit got for you. How does my pile number 2s act in their Luteal phase, Spirit? Matter of fact, what is manifesting for them this cycle? What transformation are you going through? Let's see. What transformation is my pile? Let's see. We have Shambhala initiations. Retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, and Dharma. Please, why does that sum up your entire reading, pile number 2? Oh my god, so like in your Luteal phase, you literally just retreat to recharge your energy. You trust in the process, and you know that you're aligned with your life purpose. So you're just, for you, it's just a matter of time for it to manifest. So you're not really worried. I feel like you used to be maybe in the past when you didn't really know what you wanted to do, but I feel like you're getting clearer and clearer on your vision. And you're just taking it one step at a time because you know it's gonna always work out. You have that like it'll all work out for me kind of energy. Okay, so those are my messages for you, pile number 2. If this did resonate, comment a castle emoji to let me know that this reading resonated with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hype this video if it did resonate with you. Early access is now available for YouTube members. If you feel called, check that out. Down below you find the link to our Patreon. If you feel called, check it out as well. Yes, those are my messages for you. I love you guys, and I will see you in your next one. Alright, collective, so I wrote down some recommendations for if you struggle with heavy symptoms when you're in your Luteal phase. This is just what I've personally used. I'm not a doctor, so you know, do your own research and check it out if you feel called. So liquid iron from Mary Roots, super helpful if you have a heavy flow, you feel super tired, check that out. You know what I mean? If your hair be thinning, all those symptoms on your period, check that out. I got a multivitamin from Nature's Bounty. That brand is the one I get. A woman's multivitamin. I think every woman should be taking that. Okay. And then magnesium glycinate. Please, I don't be knowing how to pronounce this, but from the Pure brand, it's called Pure Encapsulation. Beautiful for if you struggle with sleep, if you're not getting enough sleep. And obviously I'm not a doctor, so those 3 supplements definitely helped my cycle and my symptoms. So if you feel called, check them out. But like, I'm gonna put them on the screen. Yeah, so check those out if you feel called. I love you guys, and I hope you're taking care of you, pouring back into you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alrighty, hi, pile number 3. So how do you act when you're in your luteal phase? Let's tap in. So I'm looking at your image, and I feel like your guides are telling me that you could have a hard time expressing yourself when you are in your luteal phase. So maybe that's a great time for you to like consider journaling more, sitting with how you feel. If people ask how you're feeling, maybe just say, I can't really answer that right now. I could need some time to really just think it over. But yeah, giving yourself that time to really process what's going on, because you're hypersensitive during that period of your cycle. Okay, let's see. How is my pound number 3s feeling when they're in their luteal phase, Spirit? How does my pound number 3s feel when they're in their luteal phase? How does my pound number 3s feel? We have food cravings. Okay. Some of you guys could be coming from pile number 2. Let's see. Anything else? Symptoms for pile number 3. Symptoms for pile number 3. We have weight gain. Okay. So you guys could suffer from a lot of bloating. The scale goes up when it's time for you. Like maybe for you, like in your luteal phase and like on your period, you're very bloated. Okay, and that could really just piss you off, pile number 3, because maybe you got goals right now, and you're like, it's frustrating to you to not be able to weigh yourself during that cycle. You know what I mean? So that's what's coming in. So I'm just gonna share it. And we have change in appetite. Anything else? It's so hard to shuffle these like cards. There's only like a few of them. Like I literally only made them just for this reading. We have mood swings. Okay. Alright, pile number 3. So those are those cards for you. Some of you guys could have trouble sleeping as well. That's coming through. So take what resonates. But let's get some of these cards. We have closure. Final chapter. Accepting what happened. Answers or self-made peace. You don't have to wait for an apology. I'm going to put that down because I feel like that goes with your reading. Okay. How does pile number 3 feel when they're in their luteal phase? How does my pound of... Oh, okay. How did my... Oh, okay. So we have commitment issues. And we have blocked and deleted, hard stop, access denied, protecting your peace, digitally and emotionally. Sometimes silence is self-respect. Okay. What do I feel like I want one more card? Anything else, Brett? Pile number 3? Anything else? Okay. I was just about to say that. So we have power couple fall out, but like then we had mixed signals. So I feel like pile number 3, right now you could be feeling like very emotional when it comes to your relationship. And I think that the thing is maybe your partner isn't doing the things you would like them to do when you're feeling all these mood swings, like change in appetite, the symptoms that you're feeling, maybe they don't take it that seriously. A lot of people don't, you know what I mean? Like, I think that as women, we should have that week off. Like, you know what I mean? And get it paid. You know what I mean? So, pound number three, I feel like your partner doesn't really take it seriously, and maybe you feel like they treat you like you're just a girl. You know what I mean? Maybe they're not respecting that your body isn't really um feeling the same way that it does when you're not in your luteal phase. Okay. And I also get that, like, maybe in your luteal phase, pound number three, you're more sensitive to things, so you're noticing the areas in which your partner lacks. And I feel like pound number three, you may be like blaming it on your cycle, but I think that you know that this person's sending you mixed signals. And if some of you guys haven't blocked this person already, it's feeling like, your heart's not in it. Your heart's really not in it. And I feel like you just feel like they're sending you mixed signals. Like, you thought that this person was, you and them were going to be a power couple, but it's like in moments when you're feeling like, your body's aching, or like, you're going through it, they're not there for you, in the simple moments. And this is something that you experience monthly. So maybe you're going through like a back and forth with, like, whether or not we belong together, whether or not we should be together. And I feel like pound number three, maybe take a moment from the videos you're watching, because I feel like pound number three, you could be watching videos that are like feeding into those limited beliefs that you may have already, and just really look at your partner through fresh eyes and see, like, how do I feel about them? You know what I mean? Because maybe you're watching content that's saying that, like, all men cheat, all, you know what I mean, that the niche content, you know what I mean. So maybe that's what's contributing to the confusion that you're feeling. Okay. I'm not saying that how you feel isn't like valid. I'm just saying that when you detach from those creators, you can simply see your relationship for how it is. Okay. Because a lot of those creators, they be on there talking about some men ain't shit and da 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 da, right? And then they get married. So at the end of the day, point number three, prioritize your own happiness, because these people online, they're not with you, they're not in your relationship, so only you can know whether or not this person means you well. You know what I mean? And communicate the things that you actually want to have in your relationship. But like, if you know that this person isn't for you, and you're just like going through like a breakup, or you know what I mean, like, you're wishing that there was closure, maybe you wish that they said more before they walked out the door and they didn't. And I feel like when you're in your luteal phase, you could feel a lot of anger like rise up in you about the way that things ended. So you know what I mean, maybe that could be helpful to just journal it out, you know what I mean, cry it out. Allow yourself to really acknowledge how you felt, no matter how silly you may think it may be. Writing it on paper can allow you to really like look at how did that make me feel. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like pound number three, you're quick to hit that block button, but you're not as quick to like sit with your emotions. So that's what's coming in. Let's get some tarot. We have the Two of Wands on the bottom. So, this could be a long distance relationship, or this could be, a relationship that was in the beginning stages, or maybe you guys are like planning your future together and things just kind of went left. You know what I mean? So during this luteal phase, you could be thinking about a lot of that. And for weight gain, I feel like maybe some of you guys, you gained a lot of weight when this relationship ended. You know what I mean? And maybe you're just kind of like feeling a lot of feelings about that. You know what I mean? Listen, one thing I've learned about like when you're carrying heavy resentments, it's because you feel like you were doing both parts of the relationship. Okay, so you could have been your partner and yourself. You know what I mean? You in a relationship, you're responsible for your half of the relationship. When you start to take over the other person's half of the relationship, they can feel like they're not needed, and that can build up resentments. So they just like leave. You know what I mean? It's like, you can do this all by yourself. Clearly, I think there's a level of control that you have, pile number three, that you're probably acknowledging right now when you're in your luteal phase. So that's coming in, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I feel like some of you guys are looking for closure. You know what I mean? Like, you could have this person blocked, but still waiting to see if they text you. I'm not judging pile number three. I've been there. Okay. Let's see. How does my pile number three act in their luteal phase? How does my pile number three's act? Five of Pentacles. Oh my god. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I feel like, yeah, this is definitely giving me mood swings. Okay. I feel like 1 minute you could be in despair, 1 minute you could be like fully embracing like, life, and making a big change. Like, pile number 3, you could make the biggest changes when you are in your luteal phase, okay? Maybe you could just decide to break up with somebody, walk away from something that's no longer serving you. Okay, that's coming in. How does my pile number 3s act in their luteal phase, Spirit? How does my pile number 3s act? Okay. You could be getting into a lot of conflict with other people, okay? Maybe you're just like, you know, I don't know. Because I feel like the mood swings, pile number 3, people can think that maybe, like, they're not really sure if you're going to be, like, upset or too angry at whatever they say or do to you. I feel like what you really want, though, pile number 3, what's coming through, is that you really want to feel safe and you really want to feel like you're a part of a community. So maybe you don't have this at home and you could, like, try to put yourself in areas where you don't belong. And maybe that's what you're learning right now in your luteal phase, is that, like, you have to go where you're wanted, where people can embrace you fully. But what I get is that you really want to be around people and you really do want a sense of community, okay? That's what's coming through. Do I want to get more cards for you? Yeah. We have throat chakra blocked. Okay, so practice self-expression, blue light therapy, challenge your fears, meditation frequencies, and affirmations. So what you can do is say affirmations right now. A lot of you guys, I just really get this energy where it's like, you have a hard time expressing yourself when you're in your luteal phase. So maybe people can take things the wrong way. You know what I mean? And that's why you could end up in conflicts a lot when you're in your luteal phase. You know what I mean? People could avoid you, like stuff like that. It's hard for you to have a conversation. So maybe in your luteal phase, just practice like writing it in a journal before you speak to other people, and just like keep that, like build that habit. You know what I mean? So we have heart chakra healed. You are opening up to divine love, self-compassion, and unconditional love. Okay. And we have starseed. And then we have clean your space to allow the energy to flow better. So maybe before your luteal phase or like during your luteal phase, pile number 3, having a clean space can help you not feel so sensitive to the energy around you. Because when your space is clean, good energy can flow better. But I feel like with the heart chakra healed, pile number 3, maybe you're realizing in what ways that the way that you showed love was unhealthy, and you're learning to have self-compassion for yourself and forgive yourself for the past and really just close out past chapters. Okay, so those are my messages for you, pile number 3. If this did resonate and you did enjoy this reading, comment a comment a star emoji to let me know that this resonated with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hype this video if it did resonate with you. Down below you find PDF files to help you on your spiritual journey, as well as free guides as well. So we have early access available for my YouTube members. Check out those perks if you feel called. And we also have a Patreon if you feel called. Check that out. The link will be down in the description box. I love you guys, and I'll see you in your next one. All right, collective. So I wrote down some recommendations for if you struggle with heavy symptoms when you're in your luteal phase. This is just what I've personally used. I'm not a doctor, so, you know, do your own research and check it out if you feel called. So liquid iron from Mary Roots, super helpful if you have a heavy flow, you feel super tired. Check that out. You know what I mean? If your hair be thinning, all those symptoms on your period, check that out. I got a multivitamin from Nature's Bounty. That brand is the one I get. A woman's multivitamin. I think every woman should be taking that, okay? And then magnesium glycinate. Please. I don't be knowing how to pronounce this, but from the Pure brand. It's called Pure Encapsulation. Beautiful for if you struggle with sleep, if you're not getting enough sleep. And obviously I'm not a doctor, so those 3 supplements definitely helped my cycle and my symptoms. So if you feel called, check them out, but like I'm gonna put them on the screen. Yeah, so check those out if you feel called, you know. I love you guys, and I hope you're taking care of you, pouring back into you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.